Good morning. This is cause number 2013-45521 in the interest of Natalia Shannon. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Natasha Longmore, I'm Natalia's mother.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Clifford Stidham, I'm a father.
All right, representing the father,
Good morning, Judge Stan Broussard.
representing the state of Texas Attorney General's office.
Luis Regla.
We've got a suit for modification of child support order. What are we doing today, Mr. Regla?
Yes, Judge. We're first wanting to approach on this case to determine if the court would allow another reset or we would go forward with final trial today on this case and this modification. Father's side is requesting a reset due to his recent unemployment. And I'll let Stan, if you want to present your own argument, I guess, for the rescheduling.
Yes, sir, Mr. Broussard.
Judge, I've known Mr. Stidham for several years. He's got 2 biological children. He's always maintained employment. He was just notified on last Friday that his position, along with several others in his immediate department, were being let go for financial reasons from the company. So I didn't want to give the impression that he resigned or quit. He wasn't terminated. His position, along with several others in his unit, were just reduced by a reduction in force. He's very employable. He's always been employable. I've never known Mr. Stidham to be unemployed for any time. So I don't expect him to have a very difficult time seeking or gaining subsequent employment. I just think for us to go forward today would be based on pure speculation, and it would not be in the best interest of the child if we set a child support number that is not actually accurate and doesn't follow the Texas Family Code. Oh, just as an aside, Judge, I'm not aware of Mr. Stidham having any arrears. He's always been up to date in his support. So I don't think that there's any issues as far as him trying not to be responsible. It's just an unfortunate set of circumstances as far as timing goes.
Okay, hold on a second. Mr. Regla, do you have income tax returns or payroll check stubs or any of the discovery?
No discovery, Judge.
Mr. Broussard, can you explain that?
Yeah, Judge, Mr. Regla and I talked before, and the pay information that the state has is consistent with what I have. His number is pretty much on point with mine, and it had Mr. Stidham's employment remained in place, child support would.
Okay, you're not answering my question.
Oh,
Why
I'm sorry.
have you not produced the documents that have been requested?
Judge, I was in the impression that we had produced those documents when I spoke with Mr. Regla before. He didn't say anything about not having it. In fact, his child support number that he talked about was the same as mine.
Do you have the income tax return, Mr. Regla, or payroll check stubs?
Not the tax return, Judge. I have information reported by the employer to the government of Texas. And using that, I came up with some proposed figures if it was based on his past employer. And I think that's what Stanley's talking about.
And that's the same information I have, Judge.
Payroll check stubs. What is the current child support?
417, I'm sorry. 417.
And that's to be increased, or you're seeking an increase, is that correct?
Yes, Judge. And the Medicaid as well from $50. That would be an increase to that as well.
And you have the same, Mr. Broussard has the same figures that you do?
We came up, yes, Judge. I did my math independently from his, and we came up with the same figures if it were based on his past employer.
Yeah, based on his past employment, our numbers are consistent.
Yes, Judge.
So what are the proposed numbers for the new amount of child support?
Well, Judge, that's the sticking point. If Mr. Stidham was
based on his income, based on his previous income.
Okay, based on.
Well,
the
how
screen
much of an
income,
increase?
It'd have
Gotcha.
been about seven. I think Lewis is what, 795, 796.
It would 797, Judge, for the child support.
From 400
797.
from 400 and something?
Yes, Judge. And the Medicaid from 50 up to 150 would be the new Medicaid payments. 150 and 797 will be the two obligation changes.
Okay, Ms. Longmore, you understand that I can retroactively increase this amount of child support?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to reset it for about 90 days, Maria. And let's keep in mind that we want to then not penalize Ms. Longmore. We will make the new amount of child support effective retroactively. I'm sorry. January 12th. How's that, Mr. Broussard?
Give me 1 second, Your Honor. Hey, Judge, I've got a jury trial starting in the 257th on the 10th. Hopefully
All
it'll
right.
be over with by then. Hopefully we'll be over with by then, but if not.
No. We'll change it. We don't want to be that close.
Yeah,
How about the 9th, January 9th?
that should be fine, Judge. Hey, Judge, just real quick, 1 second. Hey, Lewis.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm looking at what the discovery that was sent out. It was actually sent out to Angela Lancelin with your office.
Okay. It usually takes a bit to get routed over.
Yeah, that's what
probably
happened.
what happened.
Okay.
I'll make a note to check for the discovery.
And I'll forward that email that she received. I'll forward it directly to you. If you can just shoot me a quick email with your new email address in it.
All right, this matter is going to be reset to January 9th, 2023. And at the time, retroactive beginning date on modification will be considered.
Judge, what time does that January 9th hearing start?
8 a.m.
8 a.m.
I have a question also.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I sent in this request last year in 2021, and the first hearing was back in December. And the lady I spoke to at the time, she said that it would be going based on that time frame.
It can go back as far as his first date of service.
Okay. And then also another thing is, I don't know if Stan knows this or not. He said that he's up to date, but he hasn't paid the child support in the last 2 months. And back in March, he didn't pay all of March to get help.
Okay, and that's okay. But that's not what we're here for today. Enforcement of child support. We're here for a modification.
Okay.
I believe he was served on, no, that's you, that's Natasha. Let's see.
I think the answer was February, Judge.
Okay, February, actually, yeah, he filed an answer in February. Mr. Broussard filed an answer in February. So it may go back almost a whole year. We'll see when we have the hearing. All right. Parties excused.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Hey, Judge, real quick before we leave, will we get new Zoom information for that hearing, or do we use the same number?
I don't know. Talk to Mr. Regula, sir.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
I'll answer that. Maria, can we be placed in the breakout rooms? Or can I do that as a co-host? She'll place it in different rooms. I'll come speak to you individually.
Okay, all right, thanks.
I'll see you in a bit. Thanks, Maria.